Let's get it. Grand rising to all of my kings and queens doing tremendous things. I am Altitude, representing Building Narrow Minds, the hip hop workshop, and I'm renovating minds one rhyme at a time. And today, I want to talk to y'all about a little concept called never giving up. And if you apply it in the way that I'm about to introduce it to you, and step away from the cliche norm of what you're used to hearing people say about never giving up, I believe that this will help you tremendously throughout life. So I want to talk to y'all about that concept today. And I also apologize for any background noise that you might hear throughout this video. I live right next to a highway that I'm looking at right now. So, you know, that's going to be the noise that you hear. And I could have done this in a more quiet setting on the inside, but as you can see, I have this beautiful backdrop, you know, because I'm sitting on the patio and I believe in being in tranquility and peace and zen, like an oasis, a sanctum. So that's why I have this backdrop. So I decided to record it out here on the patio. So please excuse any extra noise that you might hear. It's just cars going by and whatnot. But regardless of what, I want to get into the concept of never giving up and applying it in a more non-idealistic way to your daily life, to where it'll help you out going forward. So without any further ado, let's talk about it. This is Soundcheck. I am Altitude. Let's get it. Okay, so the purpose of these videos, me doing these sound checks, is basically to give an uplifting and encouraging word to, you know, everyday life. And I don't want these to be too long-winded or drawn out. I had a couple of these, 3 to be exact, that I did a couple of years ago. Had some good reviews on those, but I just stopped doing them. So I want to pick Soundcheck back up, and I'm starting with this video, and I want to do it in a way where it's just, you know, encouraging and uplifting, and, you know, I actually have the drive to do it. And that also stems into the conversation that I'm going to have with you guys today about never giving up, because I just quit making these videos. I didn't want to do them anymore. I just didn't have the drive, the passion. And for me, it's all about like doing what you love and doing it at a high level. So like if you are in a position to where you don't want to do something, don't necessarily look at it as you have to quit or you have to leave or you have to step out of a situation that you're in. Look at it as, okay, why am I doing this? Who am I doing it for? And, you know, what is the purpose? Those are 3 key things that I would always ask myself when it comes to different scenarios and situations that I'm in. So let's take, for example, you have a job. You have a 9-to-5 job that you're working. Have an exit strategy. If you do want to quit, if you do want to leave, have an exit strategy to where you have something on the backup or on the up and up. But don't just say, you know what, I'm frustrated, I quit. That's a give up mentality. You leaving isn't a give up mentality, because you have to do what you have to do to feed your family, to take care of yourself. You can't take care of others if you don't take care of yourself first. So you have to put yourself in a position to where you win. That's where we want to get to, a position where we win. We as a people, we as individuals, we as a human race win. So I say that if you're on a job, let's say you're on a 9-to-5 job, right? You really dislike this job. You hate this job. You hate being there. It makes you miserable walking in the door. You pulling up in the parking lot makes you want to throw up because you don't want to be there. Have an exit strategy before you just walk out that joint. Don't hand your 2 weeks notices and you have no backup plan. That's giving up. You're just quitting to quit. That's what I mean. Never giving up is saying, okay, I don't like being here, but you know what? Let me plan my exit. Because at the end of the day, your boss that's driving you crazy isn't the person you're working for. You're working for you. You're working for your family. You're working for your well-being. So don't let somebody on your job drive you crazy to the point where you want to leave. It could be the same thing with school. It could be the same thing, just in your everyday life with family and friends and stuff like that. Like, just always think of the alternative of what you can do to put yourself in a better position without actually quitting. So that's what I mean by never giving up. Never giving up for me is applying how I can be better without taking a step backwards. That's always the underlying concept. Because people think that never giving up is, oh, you know what? I'm going to be the best that I can be and I'm never going to quit and I'm never going to, like, no, that's not a realistic way to look at it. A more realistic way to look at it is that, you know what? I'm not happy right now, but I want to be happy. And in order for me to be happy, I have to put myself in a position to where I don't just walk out. I don't just quit. I don't just leave. I don't just say, you know what? I throw my hands up. I throw in the towel. No, it's all about doing it in a correct way that's going to make you feel better about yourself. It doesn't matter about how the outside world looks at you. It's all about what you feel on the inside of you that makes you be a better person. So that's one thing that I wanted to throw at y'all as far as never giving up. Just also when it comes to working a 9-to-5, which I also hate because I've never in my life at any job ever worked exactly 9-to-5. I just hate that cliche term, but that's a whole nother thing for another day. I hate some of the rhetoric that we use in the English language. It's so stupid. But that's neither here nor there. For me, it's all about recognizing, you know what, I want to be better, and me quitting isn't going to make me better. Me walking out of this job right now isn't going to make me better. All it's going to do is just cut my funds. I have rent to pay. I have bills that's coming up, a car note, whatever it is that you have going on in life. Always be cognizant of that before you make a move irrationally. That's what you don't want to do. And that also goes into having patience. Let me say that again. Having patience. That's one thing that people don't have enough of. You have to have patience, or you will give up quickly. You will just bow out and throw in the towel because you don't know how to rationally think through a situation and navigate the different avenues of how to properly go about leaving a situation. So staying in a situation doesn't mean that you're content with where you're at. But walking out doesn't necessarily guarantee your happiness. It has to be a strategic exodus. Because let's think, for example, I don't want to be in America forever. Like, eventually, I want to leave this joint. Like, I don't want to be in America for the rest of my life. But leaving now, giving up and quitting because, I see something on the news, or, I see something with, what's going on with the presidential election and what's going on, around my neighborhood and stuff like that. Oh, you know what? I quit. I'm done. I'm moving. I have my passport. I could just leave whenever I want. But would that be wise right now? And that's what I mean. That would be giving up if I left right this second, because I haven't went through all of the minutia and the dogma to figure out exactly how I should leave. So do I just leave and go to a country and never come back? Go get a work visa? Do I go somewhere where I can have dual citizenship, which is something I highly recommend? But yeah, it's different ways to do it. So when I say never give up, eventually you're gonna quit a job. Eventually you're probably gonna leave that school before graduating. Like, I'm not saying never quit anything or never get out of a situation that makes you miserable. All I'm saying is be patient and plan your exodus rather than getting frustrated and leaving. There's a difference. And when you recognize that difference and know that I'm not just leaving because I'm frustrated, I'm leaving because I strategically planned this out weeks in advance, months in advance, years in advance, and I know what my exit strategy is. That's never giving up. The patience to plan out your exit rather than exiting because of frustration. So it's a small little silver line concept that ties into the grand scheme and the cliche of never giving up. But I feel like it's a different way to look at it. Is having patience and planning is two P words that are very important when it comes to that concept. And what? Ooh, do I have a package? Hold on real quick. I think I got a package. Ooh, check this out. I got a package. We about to unbox this, or technically, I guess, unbag this. See what we got here. Sorry to interrupt this video with this, but I want y'all to see this because anybody who knows me knows that I'm into like samurai swords and, you know, martial arts, all different kinds of things. So this, what I do is I do a lot of sword training and sparring in my spare time. So I go to different places and just train and whatnot. I use a lot of wooden bokings. I use a lot of bow staffs and a lot of swords. No replicas either. Like, I don't deal with that. Like, because if I wanted to use a replica or a dual sword, like, usually I don't recommend people using real swords because most people don't know what they're doing and they'll cut themselves. I've only cut myself once, and I've been doing sword training for over a year now. So I wouldn't recommend anyone just going out and buying a sword, but I would recommend you buying a wooden boking, which, you know, you still have it has all of the basic attributes of a sword, just being wooden. That's the only thing. But not to be too long-winded with that, because I want to get back to the concept of this video. I have this. Look at this. This thing is beautiful. This is a 44-inch sword casing. Ooh, that I can carry my swords in while I'm walking in public and not look like a weirdo because I'm walking around with a blade. So, been waiting on this to come in, so I'm super excited about this. My favorite color, blue, has the different elements in it, the gold, the yellow, the yin and yang, so, you know, all about that. But yeah, this thing is fire. So, that's just a little exclusive for y'all, you know. Since I'm here talking to y'all, I might as well just share what I got. So, yeah, I cannot wait to use that. So, to wrap this video up, yeah, the whole concept, never giving up. Just stay positive and stay focused on your goals and what you're trying to achieve in life, and patiently plan out what it is that you're trying to do. No matter what the situation is, it doesn't have to apply necessarily to a job. That's just the most common thing that I could think of to attach it to. But just be cognizant of why you're leaving a situation or a job or a school or an entire country, place. Just plan out what it is that you want to do. Be patient. That's the key word. Patience is a virtue. And always recognize that it's bigger than you. You also affect the people that are around you. You control your environment. So don't leave because of a frustrating situation. Because at the end of the day, to go back to the job thing, that's just the easiest thing to tag it to. You're not working for your boss. You may be employed under them, but you're working for you. You're working for your family. You're working for your well-being, your health, your situation. It's not about them. So don't let them drive you away from what it is that you're initially supposed to be doing. Same thing with a school. You may be frustrated with a teacher. Okay, transfer a class. Or drop out and become a graduate at YouTube University. Like, you know, like whatever it is that you're trying to do, just plan it and execute it knowledgeably and smartly. Do not walk out of any situation without knowing what it is that you want to be doing. So with that being said, I don't really have much left on this topic. I'm going to be doing more videos like this in the future. I'm going to be keeping this up. I'm not going to abandon Soundcheck. I had to take some time away and take personal time to get myself right, myself aligned, and basically get in a position to where I wanted to do these again, because I want to do these videos again. And I'm going to start doing these on a more consistent basis. It'll probably be once a week just to start out, just to see how they go. But then I may pick them up from there. But, you know, you can expect one of these at least once a week. I'm going to start doing these and picking them back up. So, that's the time on this video. I'm not going to have it drawn out too much longer. I don't want it to go over like 15-20 minutes, which I'm already almost at the 15-minute mark now. So I'm gonna cut this short, pick it back up next week with another topic. But this may not necessarily be the main location of where I'm filming these videos, but for the majority of these videos, it'll be here on the patio. You know, that I feel like the patio will be the sanctum of where we'll have these discussions. Eventually, I want to take these live, but I'm gonna see how, and so I can have an interaction with y'all. But eventually, I'll go live. But first, I want to see how these do. Just putting them out there on the channel as videos for people to watch and enjoy, and hopefully they take something from this and gain something, a new perspective that they haven't had before anywhere else. So that's usually what these are about. So without any further ado, I am Altitude, representing Building Narrow Minds, the hip hop workshop, renovating minds one rhyme at a time. And I will be putting out more content like this in the weeks to come. So stay tuned. And yeah, love y'all. Peace. And until next time, I'll see you when I see you. One.